Wanted to point out just how active the options have been trading in some of these stocks that have had splits recently. In particular, Tesla, as I'm getting yet another fill here on my phone. Nice. This is what I wanted to show you. This is what I usually do at 3 p.m. Eastern every business day. So I'm giving you a preview of that into the halftime report, which my brother Pete will be on in about 28 minutes from right now. So let me get started with today's presentation. Let's see here. Here we go. Present. Beautiful. All right. Normally, like I say, I do 3 at 3 p.m. Today will be no exception. I will do that at 3 p.m. today. I cite unusual option activity at that time with a full hour before the trading day ends. It's 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. As you see, this is the ninth month of the year 2020, a crazy year as it's been. And this is the first day of that month. So let's get started. The disclaimer is that this is for educational and informational purposes only. All investments involve risk. If you don't believe that, just check out anybody who's been in the market. If they don't have some battle scars from it, they probably haven't really been trading. They're probably just talking the talk. Sort of like some of the folks that have talked about being short Tesla since it was sub 200. How about those folks? As far as intellectual property rights, let me tell you this. We do have registered marks, trademarks, patents, and copyrights for the material you're about to see. Please, if you'd like to use it, ask us, and then cite Market Rebellion as the source. We appreciate your support. Elon Musk, now the third richest person on Earth. Isn't that amazing? I mean, everybody seems to line up on one side and say it's not really a car company. And yeah, in a way, you're right. It's not just a car company. Many of the car companies are exactly that, just car companies. This is a technology company as well. It is so much more. It's a brand, it's a lifestyle, it's an aspirational thing that people want to have, Elon Musk's cars. And they have done fabulously well. They're lovely. I talked to very few people who say that this is not one of the best purchases they've ever made. They love not stopping by the gas station. They love just kind of waving as they drive by and so forth. And for those people and for the millions of others that support Mr. Musk, you have made him the third richest person on Earth. How rich is that? Well, as you see here, Jeff Bezos is the richest person on Earth at $202 billion. I believe the gray bar there is how much he's made this year, $114 billion. There you see Bill Gates, $125 billion, and the Elon Musk, now worth $115 billion, even more than Mark Zuckerberg. Bang. This is what we cited yesterday, folks. This is Tesla. Here was the activity in Tesla calls yesterday. As you see, 8/31/2020, looking at the far left there. Then you see the symbol, the underlying symbol, TSLA, the expirations. And note that I was highlighting the 480s, which were calls that I bought yesterday. They ended up trading 63,000 of those. Look at the strike right below it. The 600 strike, 62,000. Look at that 500 strike, 180,000. Folks, the volumes of trade in here, it's not surprising, and it should not be surprising, that after a 5-for-1 stock split, that Tesla would see this kind of activity. It's not surprising that Tesla and Apple are the two most actively traded equities in the world as far as the derivatives of these two. Both had stock splits that went into effect yesterday for shareholders like me and many of you. So I went from my ownership of Tesla to being 5 times as many shares. Did it change the net worth? No. except that the stock rallied yesterday, which I'm about to show you. And that did change my net worth as well as the net worth of Tesla. Now take a look at Apple also, 4-for-1 stock split. Again, they didn't change the net worth of Apple with that stock split. You have exactly the same equity as you had before. But then things trade. And as you heard me say perhaps this morning, Apple is rumored to have ordered 75 million iPhones, the 5th iteration of their iPhone. It's called the iPhone 12 because they do sub versions of each every other year. This will be a brand new one, and it will be a 5G iPhone. And for that reason, they believe demand will be so strong that for the fourth quarter, they're going to need 75 million of them, which is partly why you're seeing the stock react the way it has post-split, as well as Tesla. Now, Tesla had news today that they were going to be offering $5 billion worth of stock at $508 a share. Now, the stock popped into the 530s, and I must admit that I did sell some stock. I didn't sell it anywhere near 530. I'm not that smart. But I was lucky enough to sell it over 510 in the pre-market. And as that stock surged and people tried to digest, they're assuming that perhaps Tesla will be back over 510, 520 to make a block at 508 look more attractive. Because generally, when you're a block buyer, you're buying at a discount, folks. You're not buying at a premium to the market, generally. So we'll keep our eye on that. I just wanted to point this out as far as this unusual activity in the options of Tesla that we were talking about yesterday. Bang. Now look at this. Just 1 second into the trading day yesterday, somebody on the PhilX, because as you see, the time is on the far left column. The exchange, MyAx, Gemini, PhilX, and so forth are in the exchange column next to the time. The quantity traded, and then the price. I'm sorry I blocked it out with my arrow, but I wanted to focus in on 125 contracts. Somebody bought 125 contracts in the first second of trading yesterday after the 5-for-1 stock split in Tesla. You see the strike up there on the very top bar there, folks. Tesla, 04 September, 500 calls. They bought 125 of those calls. They paid, give or take, $7 for those calls. So again, $7 is $700. Here, I'll do it for you here, since we can do that. So $7, and they did that. Every option is for 100 shares, so that's $700. And $700 times 125 means somebody dropped $87,000 on that purchase. Now, they tripled their money on that, turning it into $262,000 in less than 2 hours. Hour and 45 minutes. How do I know? That's how I know. Take a look at the time frame there. 10:13. Take a look at the time frame here. 8:30. That's less than 45 minutes in the future. They trade for $21.50 in big numbers. And look at the stock moving from $443 to $797 a share. And look, some of us taking profits on calls as the stock moved up. There's an awful lot of day trading that goes on in Tesla, and for good reason. Number one, it's an expensive stock. Number two, people want some safety. Obviously, overnight risk that something happens is what you get out of the way of when you're day trading. You also miss sometimes those gaps higher when you day trade. But what they're worried about is the gaps lower. So one of the reasons to trade options is that you've defined your risk when you've entered with an option. The person that bought those options for $7 yesterday at the opening in the first second of trade, that person knew that they only had $7 worth of risk on the table at that time. $7, not $443. That's, I think, comforting to know, because 1,000 shares of a $440 stock are $440,000. That's a big condo in most cities, folks. And a $7 option is $700, which means $7,000 is what a 10 lot would simulate 1,000 share ownership. So $7,000 versus $440,000. That's why so many folks at Robinhood, at TD Ameritrade, at E-Trade, at Schwab are all trading in the options, not just the stock. And many of them able to hold those positions overnight because the options have defined their risk on entry. Always good to know. You want to learn more about trading, folks? Take the first step. Go to marketrebellion.com/get started. That is marketrebellion.com/get started. You want to learn about trading cryptocurrency? We've got that. Some of the greatest young traders around are basically helping you understand how to open a crypto account, how to fund that crypto account, wherever your brokerage. My brother Pete and I happen to have invested in Voyager, which we believe is a great brokerage. But there are a host of others, including Gemini with the Winklevoss twins. You got to decide how and where to do it. But if you want to learn how to open an account, fund an account, trade, maybe even trade the options on various digital assets, which we also call crypto, you can learn about that at marketrebellion.com/get started. You can also learn about trading stocks, options, and futures at marketrebellion.com/get started. I wanted to finish up by showing you today's most active. As you see, this just from moments ago, September 1st, 11:20 Eastern Daylight Time. Look at that Apple already today. Is that 1 million contracts already? Yes, it is. 1.13. I mean, these are massive. These are massive numbers, folks. And I think you need to be aware that so far today, 72% of the calls in Apple have been traded on the call side. Put side, about 28%. Versus the daily volume, that's 200% already today. Now, there's a stock split involved here. So I think a lot of people are playing catch up. Tesla, look at that. 864,000 contracts so far today. 72% calls. The stock has exploded to the upside, pulled all the way back into the 470s, pushing now back to the upside. We'll see where she goes. Take a look at Walmart. I told you about that in my workout video. They have Walmart Plus coming your way. It's a $98 product, competing with, of course, Amazon Prime, which is $118, I believe, $20 more. And 92% of the activity here is call activity. Look at that. Daily volume, 400% of the daily volume already traded in Walmart. Look at my holding there in Zoom, 339,000 calls, folks, in the first 2 hours of trading. It's not even 2 hours when this picture was taken. It was 1 hour and 50 minutes into trading. Look at that. Huge volume. Then check out NEO, AMD, Facebook, Roku, Bank America, Netflix. That's what rounds it out. You want to learn how to trade any of those, folks. You want to learn how to do it with less risk. Would you like to be able to sleep at night and leverage up and make the kind of money that people that are trading options can make? Well, check it out at marketrebellion.com/get started. Now I got to get started because my brother is on the halftime report. That's coming up in, let's see, 14 minutes from right now. So CNBC halftime report. Tyler Matheson hosting today. My brother Pete Najarian on there bringing the thunder. Make sure you tune in. I will join you at 3 p.m. Eastern for 3 at 3. That's 3 p.m. today. 3 at 3 with me, Jon Najarian. Thank you for joining me today, folks. I hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to joining you at 3 p.m. today.